Alright folks, Chapter 2 kicks off with a title card that says it all, Secret Execution. And the cover splash? It's Sukuna, grinning like he just won the lottery from hell.
Those claws. And that smile. He looks absolutely unhinged, like he's genuinely delighted to exist and cause chaos.
That's Ryaman Sukuna for you. The king of curses, towering against a stormy sky. Gage is already setting the tone. This isn't your average shonen villain.
The title Secret Execution, combined with this image. I already have a bad feeling about where this chapter is going for our boy Yuji.
We open on Yuji waking up surrounded by what looks like hundreds of talismans and seals plastered all over the walls. He mumbles a very casual mornin'. Like he didn't just swallow a cursed finger the night before.
Huh. Mornin'. Sir, you are covered in seals. This is not a normal morning. Where even is he?
And then this white-haired guy with a blindfold leans in with that smug grin and asks, so, which one are you now? Meaning, is he Yuji or Sukuna?
As Yuji, where's Fushiguro? Where are my friends? The poor kid wakes up in a mystery room and immediately panics about everyone else. That's so him.
And the blindfolded man introduces himself coolly, Satoru Gojo, teacher at Jujutsu High. First impression? Absolutely terrifying and weirdly charming at the same time. Now we get the gut punch. Gojo leans forward and tells Yuji, I'm not sure if you should be worried about other people right now. And then the big reveal drops.
Wait, Yuji is tied to a chair? With talismans wrapped around the ropes? They seriously restrained this kid like he's a national security threat.
Because he kind of is one. The bottom panel hits hard. Yuji sitting there bound, staring at us dead-eyed, as the words echo, your secret execution has been set.
Oh no. Oh no. They're going to execute him? He just became the vessel for Sukuna and they're already scheduling his death?
We jump back in time, a school rooftop. Yuji, shirtless and beat up, is yelling that they need to get to a hospital. Meanwhile there's someone else on the roof with him.
Gojo shows up at the bottom of the page just casually strolling in with a shopping bag, asking what's the situation, like he's arriving late to a barbecue.
And poor Fushiguro is sweating bullets trying to figure out if he's talking to Yuji or Sukuna. Is it the cursed object or Itadori talking right now? That's a genuinely terrifying thing to have to ask.
The identity crisis of wait, who am I talking to right now? That's going to be a running nightmare for everyone around Yuji, isn't it?
Fushiguro spots Gojo and completely loses it. Gojo-sensei? What are you doing here? And Gojo just waves and goes yo, like it's totally normal.
As Gojo, yo. I love this man. The most powerful sorcerer alive and his greeting is just yo. Incredible.
Gojo explains he wasn't going to come at first, but the higher-ups heard a special-grade cursed object went missing and got involved. He only agreed to come if they let him sightsee too.
He negotiated sightseeing time into a mission response. Fushiguro's internal GRR face is sending me, he's so done with this man already.
Then Gojo asks if they found it. Fushiguro goes silent. And Yuji just scratches his head with a sheepish smile and says sorry. I ate it. The most chaotic sentence possible. Gojo's response to learning Yuji ate the special grade cursed finger? He bursts out laughing, ha. You're not kidding. They're combined. That's hilarious.
Only Gojo would find this hilarious. Everyone else is in crisis mode and he's giggling like he just heard the best joke of his life.
Then he gets clinical. He asks Yuji how his body feels and whether he can switch to Sukuna. Testing the vessel. This is where we realize Gojo is playing a much longer game.
Yuji goes okay. And then just, does it? He can voluntarily switch control to Sukuna? That's wild, and also incredibly dangerous.
Gojo tells Yuji to let Sukuna take over for 10 seconds, then take control back. And he says, don't worry, I'm the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer, with this absolutely unhinged grin.
The confidence. The audacity. He's basically saying, let the king of curses loose for 10 seconds, I got this. And somehow I believe him?
The experiment works. Yuji reclaims control after 10 seconds. Gojo is satisfied. Then he casually pulls out a shopping bag and asks Fushiguro to hold it.
As Fushiguro, what's this? And then the reveal, Kakufu Kamachi. A Sendai City specialty. This man went souvenir shopping during a cursed object emergency.
And Fushiguro's face absolutely breaks. This guy went to buy souvenirs. Even though people are dying over here. The manga even adds a little Machi advertisement panel. Peak comedy. The Machi gag gets its punchline. Gojo clarifies those aren't souvenirs, they're for him to eat on the bullet train home. And then Bush Sukuna leaps out of nowhere and kicks him.
Sukuna just launched himself at Gojo out of nowhere. And Fushiguro is screaming behind you. The chaos has officially started.
But Gojo? Completely calm. He grabs Sukuna midair, plants a fist right into his gut, and says, "I've got a student watching, so I hope you don't mind if I show off a little."
He's showing OFF? He's treating the king of curses like a demo lesson. Sukuna's eyes are going wide with shock and honestly? Same, Sukuna.
And that's the hook, folks. Gojo Satoru just casually manhandled Sukuna to make a good impression on his new student. Chapter 2 is establishing that the power ceiling in this world is absolutely insane. Alright, we're kicking off Chapter 2 with an absolute banger of an opening. Gojo is absolutely dismantling this cursed spirit, landing blows so fast the sound effects are literally stacking on top of each other. KRAK, crash.
The cursed spirit is literally yelling, he's unbelievably fast, like buddy, you don't say. And then it has the audacity to call Gojo a stupid jujutsu sorcerer while getting absolutely wrecked.
And Gojo just casually fires back, "You guys are always a pain, it doesn't matter what era it is." This man is fighting and delivering monologues at the same time. Multitasking icon.
I love how unbothered he is. The curse is cracking his knuckles going crik like it's about to do something, and Gojo is just standing there. Vibing.
Now we see why Gojo is considered the strongest. He's counting down 7, 8, 9 and unleashing some kind of rotational cursed energy technique. The WHOM sound effect alone takes up half the page.
Wait, is he literally spinning cursed energy like a drill? The debris is flying everywhere and the cursed spirit is just receiving it. There's no dodging, no blocking, just pure suffering.
And then the final panel, Gojo standing tall amidst the rubble, chunks of concrete floating around him like he's some kind of dark messiah. Calm. Collected. Devastating.
The SHOK at the end is so satisfying. This man cleaned up the entire fight and didn't even wrinkle his uniform. Absolute menace.
Now we shift focus. The curse inside Itadori, Sukuna, is starting to stir again. Itadori's internally screaming, "Damn it, again? I can't keep control," while Gojo watches with that trademark smirk, muttering, "Should be about time."
Gojo was literally waiting for this to happen. He planned this whole thing. And then Itadori snaps back to himself and just goes, "Was everything okay?" Like he didn't just get possessed by the king of curses.
Gojo's reaction is priceless. You really can control it. What a surprise. And Itadori, barely recovered, already complaining that Sukuna's voice in his head is annoying.
He called sharing a body with the most powerful curse in history kind of annoying. Itadori's threat assessment is broken and I love him for it.
Here's where things get serious. Gojo's knocked Itadori out. "Success," he says, though he also notes the kid is heavy, and now he and another sorcerer are having a very tense conversation about what to do next.
The other guy drops the hammer. Even if he is a potential vessel, he must be executed under jujutsu regulations. Cold. Ice cold. The kid just woke up and you're already planning his funeral.
Gojo plays it cool, asking, "What do I do with him?" like he's asking about a lost puppy. But then, the final panel hits. Fushiguro, face full of desperation, shouts out loud,
"But I don't want to let him die." And there it is. That's the emotional core of this whole chapter. Fushiguro barely knows Itadori and he's already going to bat for him. My heart.
Gojo responds to Fushigiro's plea with his signature ha 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 laugh, which honestly could mean anything coming from this guy. Then he turns to the other sorcerer and basically says, "Treat this as a personal opinion, but please do something about it."
And the other guy goes, "Is that a personal opinion?" And Gojo just confirms, "Yes, a personal opinion." This is diplomacy through plausible deniability and I respect the hustle.
Then Gojo flips the script entirely. He tells Itadori straight up, "You're gonna be executed," with a smile on his face and a finger gun pose. And then immediately adds they're suspending the sentence. He's toying with everyone in this room.
Meanwhile Itadori's sitting there like this story doesn't make sense so far. Same, buddy. Same. At least you're self-aware about the chaos you've been dropped into.
Now Gojo lays out the full picture. He's holding up what looks like a mummified finger, the same cursed object Itadori ate. He explains there are 20 in total, and they currently have 6. These are Sukuna's fingers.
Wait, 20? And Sukuna has 4 arms, so that's fingers and toes. This curse was literally built different. I cannot believe we're sitting here counting the dismembered fingers of an ancient demon king.
Gojo casually tosses a finger into the air to demonstrate, and boom, it reacts with massive cursed energy. Boom. The thing practically detonates just being near Itadori.
And Gojo just goes, as you can see. With this smug professor energy. Sir, you just threw a cursed relic at a teenager like it was a tennis ball. Please have some decorum.
Gojo completes the picture. The fingers are so powerfully cursed that they can't be destroyed, and with each passing day they only grow stronger. They don't have anyone capable of sealing them properly right now.
So their only hope is Itadori, the one guy who can actually eat and contain Sukuna's power without being fully taken over. That's both incredibly cool and absolutely terrifying as a life plan.
And the logic is brutal: if Itadori dies, Sukuna dies with him. But that would waste the only vessel capable of holding all 20 fingers. So Gojo's proposal is to keep him alive and use him.
He literally says our elders are cowards. They're making a fuss about killing you right away. Gojo is out here throwing his own organization under the bus to save this kid. Chaotic good energy, maximum level.
The final page opens with a haunting spread, dozens of severed hands and fingers scattered across the ground. This is what Sukuna's remains actually look like. It's grotesque and strangely beautiful in that dark JJK way.
It's so unsettling, but I can't look away. These are the remnants of the most powerful curse in history, just lying around. And somewhere out there, more of them are getting stronger every single day.
Gojo delivers the ultimatum clearly. Itadori has 2 options. Die now, or find all the remaining Sukuna fingers, consume them all, and then die after. The higher-ups have agreed to this deal.
And Itadori's face in that final panel, wide-eyed, jaw set, already processing it. This kid was just a regular high schooler days ago, and now he's been handed a death sentence with a grace period. And somehow, he looks ready to take it.
Alright, Chapter 2 kicks off at Sujisawa Hospital. We've got this clinical, quiet hallway scene, and sitting there, looking absolutely done with the world, is a girl with glasses. That's Sasaki, one of Itadori's classmates.
She looks so tense. Like she's been sitting there for hours just stewing in guilt.
And then knock knock, Itadori shows up at the door, calling her name. He asks the big question, how is Iguchi doing?
As Sasaki, the doctors say he's fine, but he's still unconscious. Oof. And then she drops the bomb, it's all my fault.
The guilt is radiating off this page. She blames herself for calling Iguchi to school that night. The weight of that is real. Sasaki tries to explain what happened: monsters, being captured, and she even prefaces it with, "You probably won't believe me." Meanwhile we see Iguchi lying in the hospital bed all bandaged up. It's rough.
And then Itadori just goes, I believe you. No hesitation. Just straight up, I believe you. My heart.
Right? And then Itadori steps up and starts dropping knowledge. He tells her those weren't monsters, they were curses. And that finger? It's called a special grade cursed object.
Sasaki is literally crying, you can see the plip-plip tears, and Itadori is so calm and reassuring. He says it's not her fault, he's the one who picked up the finger in the first place.
He's taking responsibility without even flinching. And then he tells her someone's coming tomorrow who can help Iguchi. Classic Itadori, somehow making everything feel a little less hopeless. We cut to what looks like a crematorium or funeral hall. There's smoke rising from the chimney. Itadori is saying goodbye to Sasaki, apologizing that he has somewhere he needs to be.
As Sasaki, who passed away. And Itadori just casually goes, my grandpa. But I guess he's more like a dad. That line hit different. He's grieving too this whole time.
And Gojo is already there, sitting on a bench outside, waiting for him. He gets straight to business. So, have you made a decision? No small talk from this guy.
Itadori asks if there are a lot of casualties with curses like this. He's already thinking about the bigger picture even while he's at his grandpa's funeral. This kid is something else.
The setting here is doing so much heavy lifting: funerals, hospitals, death lurking everywhere. The manga is really hammering home what's at stake. Now Gojo gets really candid. He says this is an unusual circumstance, and then we get this absolutely creepy panel, a sea of eyeballs in pure darkness. It's stunning and horrifying.
That eye panel. I got chills. And then Gojo says something brutal: you're lucky if you can die a normal death after running into a curse. Like, torn apart might be the good outcome?
He lays out the full picture for Itadori. Investigating Sukuna's remains means witnessing gruesome scenes, and he can't guarantee Itadori won't become a victim himself.
And the way Gojo frames it, pick your hell, with that smug almost smile. He's not sugarcoating anything. Respect and terror at the same time.
Two paths, both dangerous. But Itadori's expression in that last panel, you can already tell which way he's leaning. Page 5 opens with that massive bold text: "You're a strong kid, so help people." That's it. That's Itadori's entire character arc summarized in one line. His grandpa's dying words.
I'm not crying, you're crying. That's the motivation right there. He doesn't need a complicated reason, just help people because you can.
Itadori asks Gojo, if Sukuna is completely eliminated, will fewer people be killed by curses? And Gojo confirms, of course. Simple as that.
And then Gojo goes, do you still have that finger? Itadori pulls it out, and immediately goes, now that I look at it again, it's pretty disgusting. I wheezed.
The comedic timing in this manga is unreal. 1 second it's grandpa's last words, next second Itadori's grossed out by a cursed mummified finger. Welcome to Jujutsu Kaisen. And then he just chomps it. Itadori straight up eats Sukuna's finger right there on the bench. The sound effect is literally chomp, and I love this manga so much.
What? No build-up, no dramatic pause, just NOM. Boy really said cursed demon finger? Snack time.
Gojo watches him swallow it, gulp, and calmly notes that's number 2, 1/10 of the way there. 20 fingers total, folks. This is going to be a long journey.
And then Sukuna briefly takes over, you can see Itadori's face shift, those tattoo marks appearing, and then thump, Gojo just decks him back into control. Heh heh heh.
Gojo is genuinely delighted by all of this. The man is sitting there chuckling while his student just ate a demon finger and got briefly possessed. Completely unhinged teacher energy. Itadori comes back to himself going, Yuji, gross. So gross it makes me laugh. And honestly, same, Yuji. Same.
He's laughing about it. This guy just ate a cursed finger and his reaction is to crack up. I love him so much, he's insane in the best way.
But Gojo turns serious for a moment, he confirms it. Itadori isn't just physically resistant. He can actually control Sukuna without a problem. That's unprecedented.
And then that dramatic narration drops, only once every 1,000 years or so does such a person, with a phenomenal ability like this appear. Chills. Actual chills.
Gojo asks if Itadori is prepared for what's to come. Itadori's answer? Not at all. But he takes it anyway. That's the most honest and bravest thing I've ever heard. The final page brings it all together. Itadori lays out his decision, he's going to eat the rest of Sukuna's fingers. That's all. Clean and simple. His hell, his choice.
And Sukuna, briefly peeking through, calls it what an irritating last request. Even the king of curses is grudgingly impressed. Or at least annoyed, which is basically the same thing.
The dark panel with Itadori's grandpa's voice echoes through, make sure you're surrounded by others when it's your time to go. Itadori already knows how he wants to go out. That's heavy.
And then Gojo just leaps up, upsy daisy. Looks like hell's shaping up to be fun, and tells Itadori to pack his bags by end of day. The whiplash of emotions on this page.
Tokyo. That's the destination. Gojo's laughing, Itadori's wide-eyed, and a new chapter of this wild, beautiful, cursed story is about to begin. What a way to end chapter 2. Alright, so picking up from where we left off, Fushiguro drops the bombshell on Itadori. You're enrolling in the same jujitsu school as me. And Itadori, covered head to toe in bandages, just goes, you're looking good. Real good, like nothing's wrong.
This guy just ate a cursed finger, nearly died, and he's out here giving compliments? Itadori, my man, your priorities are something else.
And then boom, we get our first full reveal of Tokyo Prefectural Jujutsu High School. Look at that establishing shot, traditional pagodas, mountain backdrop, it screams ancient secret organization hiding in plain sight.
It's gorgeous honestly, but also kind of ominous. Like, this is definitely the kind of school where the homework can kill you.
And then their teacher Gojo Satoru, sunglasses and all, hits them with the tada, and casually announces the first-year class has a grand total of 3 students. Itadori's reaction says it all, only 3? Okay, so this page is actually a bonus author's note. Gijakotami takes a little detour to talk about a real Japanese sweet called kakufuku machi. This is like the behind-the-scenes director's commentary built right into the manga.
Wait, so the mangaka just casually inserted a machi recommendation in the middle of a chapter about cursed spirits? I love that so much. The chaos. The absolute chaos.
Apparently Akutami featured kakufuku in the manga after seeing regional sweets spotlighted on a travel show, and then, get this, the actual confectionery company, Ikeda's Japanese Confectionery, sent him their machi as a gift with a letter.
That is the most wholesome thing I've ever heard. Cursed demons on one page, surprise machi delivery on the next. And he's out here like, is it okay to be happy? Or should I feel embarrassed? Sir, just enjoy the machi.
He even recommends the Hoji tea flavor and clarifies he gets 0 royalties, so it's a genuine plug. And the little cat mascot in the corner goes, the bag your machi comes in is cute too. Honestly, peak manga energy right there.